I think Roger Goodell is competent, smart, and a good NFL, and it's a good commissioner. I really do. If you look at the history of NFL commissioners and you look at the responsibility he has, think about this. You can add the NBA contract, the baseball contract, the MLS contract, and the hockey contract. They still don't equal the NFL contract. It is the most public job in America, which includes the President of the United States. It is not a job you can be perfect. David Stern introduced a new ball and didn't ask the players. He's considered an excellent commissioner. If you're just going off, is he popular, then nobody in America is popular, because it used to be people that had a certain level or a standard of accomplishment got an opinion. On Twitter, any loser can have an opinion. So don't take popularity polls and a Twitter reaction to deem somebody smart, successful, or unpopular and dumb. Roger Goodell, in his life history, has doubled the revenue for the owners. When he took over the league, it wasn't the number one TV show on 5 networks. Has he been tone deaf to domestic violence? Yep. And David Stern whiffed, and Bud Selig whiffed, and Peter Ueberroth whiffed, and Gary Bettman's whiffed. It's not a job that can be done perfectly. Nick Saban is 2 games over 500 in bowl games. He's considered the best coach in college football. There are certain jobs in America where you can't be perfect. You can't be perfect as the president. There's too many moving parts. Roger Goodell is smart and competent, and the people ripping him have 9 followers on Twitter or are newspaper guys who don't have the responsibility of even being important at their newspaper. He's running the largest entertainment company in America. Look how much trouble ESPN's had in the last year. All the bad press. Does that mean the guy running ESPN's a dope, or the culture's changed? The reality, what's happened in football is what's happening to all of us. There's mics everywhere. There's phones everywhere. Everything gets out. There's transparency everywhere. It's impossible to be a commissioner and to be beloved. Look at the popularity rating, the approval rating of presidents in the last 25 years. They've steadily gone down. Have they become less competent? Dumber? No. We live in a society where everybody gets an opinion, and it used to be if you got an opinion, you were educated, you were connected, you had given it thought. Now you can have an egg on Twitter and talk to Jay-Z, the president, or Peyton Manning. So I think Roger Goodell is competent, smart, and has done a good job as a commissioner, albeit completely tone deaf initially on domestic violence. Yes, he was tone deaf completely, which I think a lot of men apparently are if you read our social media. For the record, when Ray Rice did what Ray Rice did, I was at the other company. I went on the air for like a month, and I said, "Are you guys reading these stories on Ray Rice? He decked his girlfriend in an elevator." I couldn't get a phone call from anybody. The network I was working at, which has a bunch of smart people, they weren't really deep diving on it. Then we got the video. So a lot of people were tone deaf. Authorities, the commissioner, the media, fans, people running networks. That wasn't a big story till the video came out. Then it just exploded because video changes everything. So I think Roger Goodell's a very competent commissioner. Ratings are through the roof. Revenue. I always say this about Obama. When Donald Trump and all these conservatives, oh, the country's falling apart. That's a false narrative. No, it's not. Gas prices under $3. Stock market last 6 years has gone from 6,000 to like 15 to 18,000. Housing market up. Inflation stabilized. It's not his fault for ISIS. Are you going to blame Bush for Al-Qaeda? There's always going to be a wacko terrorist group in the world. It's a false narrative that the country's falling apart. If you look at the stats, New York City's never been safer. If you look at major American cities, they've never been safer. Those are stats, data, conclusive, absolute, historical data. It's a false narrative that the country's falling apart. No, it's not. It's not. The GOP's arguments are a false narrative. And I think the narrative that Goodell is just incompetent, the owners, they haven't gotten rid of him. They'd get rid of him if he was incompetent. They've all doubled their net worth with Roger Goodell.